Welcome, good morning. It just never ends. Did you just open up your video and you weren't ready for those words? Went out for a coffee. Mary left me a message, and just because she wrote out something so simple, I had to go one step further. So let's create the first world. Everybody knows we get the first world, we jump over the moon, and we come into this world. Now, why do we have to jump over the moon? Everybody knows that the middle is nowhere. The middle is where you play from. You put the heart on one side of the body, you bring the spirit from the other. So we get 2, 4, 8. 16 becomes 7. 32 becomes 5. 64 becomes 1. 1 becomes 0 becomes 6. 6 becomes 1. 6 and 1 is 7. But if we do not move this 1 and 0, we have 1. 128 equals 11 equals 2. 256 equals 13 equals 4. 512 equals 8. 1024 equals 7. 2048, 12, 14 equals 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. And that's Mark Rodan's, coil of energy out of the numbers of 512 memory. I'm going to take this one step further. I'm not finished with this design. Do you see this? You know what letter this is? If I turn it this way, this is the letter E. But if you actually take a look at all the designs of the letter E, it creates this. See these two things that go, you know what these are, the exclamations or whatever they are. But look, it's the ram's horns, it's the bull horns that go inside. I'm not talking about the NFL 11 players on the field right now. 11 players on the field, 2 and 1 number each. The quarterback is just sometimes 2 numbers, sometimes 1. So if you have 11 men on the field, you got 22 at the most and 11 at the least in numbers, right? But you can't have 11 at the least because after 9, it hits 10, 11. So you have 9 players that can be under 10 and 2 players that will be 10 and over. Okay? The other part we wanted to talk about that I wasn't going to do in this is your 512 memory is a circle. It's a circle that gets split in half by 1. 1 splits apart the circle, giving you 2 sides. Each side of the circle is 0.5. 0.5 of 1 division of 2 sides, 512 memory. Now, that what we talk about is, there's that little extra dash on the bottom of the letter and at the top of the letter. Well, if you put the M and B together with the dash, the I automatically occurs between the two because in the empty space is a line. You'll see the sides of the line, but you don't see the in-between of the line. So that becomes the line, okay? And there's the design over here. I and I, and you drag the one line down that, and you draw the one line over here, connecting AC into the B world. Connecting AC into the B world, we jumped over the moon. Heart is on one side, and we're living right here, okay? The other part I was going to show you is 5, 5, and 5. The 5 that lives into this world, what happens? Well, first of all, I'm jumping all over. Here's that E. See that swindle over here of the clock? Between this one and this one, 6 and 9, I'm not getting into that. I'm just throwing it out there for now. Abbott and Costello, who's on first? He's on first. We're going to go get number 1 and see where number 1 comes from. We have the 3, 5 and the 3, 5. When it comes to the center, it becomes 3, 9, 5. Then the nose hole that breathes over here becomes your B world, bringing the heat of your nose, bringing your spirit coming out your soul. Okay, here's your H and I, because when you split that circle with the I in the center, this becomes your I, creating X here and X here. The X bringing in the light will create that power stick. What do you call that? That design over here. Okay, you see this over here? You put 1 over each eye. This is the accent aigu, the accent grave, and this also goes on the A letter in the French. It's talking about both eyes, the soul light eye and the spirit eye, one that reads, one that sees. The body can see it, but only the spirit can read it, right? And then you get your misinterpretation. I'm not going to look out for the Miami Stones over here with this one. So I'm just throwing things around right now. I'm going through some of my paperwork. So we did the Mark Rodan Coil thing. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. that worked out just perfectly. I was looking up tournament dollars and a $15 tournament because of the letter O was the 15th letter. The house charge was 123 ABC. They put 1377 the AC of the energy of Christ into the game. They played the game and they gave $700 away to pay out for first place. They paid 27 places. So I go to poker and I can see how they distribute their money according to how odds are made. And I'm just doing this real quick. What else is in here? I think we're going to leave it at this for now. I will show you one more picture that was in the last, and I'm not finished it. Everybody knows what this is. This is Matrix. Okay, this is all about Matrix. We must build 4 flags. I put 4 flags over here, and everybody saw it in Palestine, right? Palestinian, Mediterranean, everybody saw it. It also creates the XO, okay? See the center over here, the O and the X inside? It creates your XO. That's your 39. Your 39 is your rust. Okay, it's the penny. The penny represents the spirit, the copper spirit, which is the energy inside the ground that your mercury or whatever it is inside of you. Everybody knows the rest of the story. I'm shutting up. Have a good night. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. You remember how this video began? It started with Memmory, and Rodan's coil is perfect. Thank you for watching. Well, hey, my opinion. What does that count for? Thank you.